Welcome back to another episode of Soft Elbows. I'm your host, Steve Yonda.
That's my line.
No, but now you're Yonda the Alex.
Oh, right.
All right, everybody. Welcome to what will probably be the final episode of Soft Elbows. We are.
Brian is literally in the car with us.
He is in the car with us. We are going
Hope you
to
enjoy it.
record this episode live from 95 as we drive back from LiftPD. Three out of the four of us just competed. If you're wondering where's the fourth one, Chris is hiding in the back. There he is. I am one of your hosts today, Steve Yonda. This is Brian Leung. Brian, say hello.
Hello.
Abby's in the back there. Abby, what's going on? Christopher,
Hello.
doing all right, man?
No.
Well, this episode is sponsored. I don't know if you guys knew this. Sponsored by Cheerwine Zero, the official drink of this car, and also Car Salmon. Chris, we would have recorded this episode a little bit sooner, but we had to wait for Chris to finish his post meat salmon outside the car.
You did not want it in the car. Come on.
I mean, I didn't want it at all. But we're going to talk about a lot of things today. Some of it will be safe for the internet, and some of it probably will get 2 out of the 4 of us fired. I don't know. The private sector folks are probably okay.
Worry.
We're going to talk first and foremost about the event that me, Brian, and Chris just did, LiftPD. Abby was there. Abby was a huge help. Abby was loading for us and counting for us. We learned that Abby can count. Everyone's making progress today.
They didn't give me a math degree for nothing.
You have a math degree?
Yeah, you didn't know that?
Signed by a university?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, we'll talk about that too. And we'll also talk about some other upcoming events. We've got Tough Temple coming up in July. We've got Nationals coming up in June. Brian, you gonna be at Nationals?
I will be at Nationals, yes, believe it or not.
Are you gonna drive us to Nationals?
I'm driving to Nationals. We're carpooling to Nationals.
Oh boy.
Road trip!
But let's actually no. Let's talk about the upcoming events first, and then we'll spend the rest of the show talking about LiftPD.
And just tell them.
Oh.
Always
edit stuff.
great addition.
No,
that's
this
live.
is one take.
Oh.
We're doing one take, Chris.
Whether I choose to is another story.
Yeah, so
So I was going to use profanity.
You can use
that's.
profanity.
Have you listened to the show before?
I put it on mute.
Wait, that means that you just watch Abby and I, and whoever.
I'm listening too.
Oh, well. Anyway, we got Tough Temple coming up in mid-July. It is most likely going to sell out. So if you're on the fence about competing at all or in this specific event, don't be. It's a great time. It's a great meet. John Weeks hosts it, and we know him. He's also on the committee. Brian, tell us about John.
He's above average.
He's above average. That's
Not only is it going to sell out, but I bet, here we go again, I bet that it's going to sell out by the time we record the next podcast. So Steve is going to come on here again and say, oh my God, Abby was right again.
Abby's
Guess what else sold out? Steve, what else sold out? Tell the people.
defying all odds and expectations, to include yours, by the way.
That is true.
That is true. WSOs has sold out. We will talk about that too, but let's stay on Tough Temple for right now.
Okay.
Yeah, Abby's really feeling herself after after creating, what did you create? 24 fake USAW accounts and spending thousands of your own money.
Actually, Chris texted me. He was like, it's just me filling up all of the spots. I keep signing up over and over.
I'm getting that ribeye steak. Wait.
Sure.
I don't care.
But anyway, sorry. Tough Temple is going to sell out. I'm no longer allowed to make bets because my bank account can't handle it anymore. But if you're on the fence, you should sign up. It's a great meet. John Wicks does a great job. They have like a vendor area. It's not just you go and you have one shirt company. They got a bunch of stuff there. It's a 2-day meet. There's it's a good space. It's a good crowd. It's a great time. I've competed in it before. Have any of you guys done Tough Temple before?
No.
Wow.
My
I
volunteer.
don't think so, not surely.
John,
Brian and I both.
I don't know if you watch this. Just know that I am your true friend, and these guys are just posers.
You know what? Actually, Tough Temple is the anniversary of Chris being on our show, if I do remember correctly. We recorded after Tough Temple.
A
And I
day
remember that
will
because-
live in infamy.
And I remember that because I was in my car recording for you guys. Like the first
You're gonna-
shows.
Yeah, I was gonna say you're gonna have to be more specific. The episode where we were in our car.
Yeah, no, but that was our first guest show.
So anyway, you should sign up. It's awesome. It's gonna be a great time.
Yeah.
Also, senior nationals, actually nationals, all of the nationals are gonna be in late June in Colorado Springs. Just yesterday, not yesterday if you're watching this show live on whatever day you're watching the show, but yesterday, as in the day before we recorded this, CHFB had a youth meet that a bunch of the youth lifters qualified for going out there, so that'll be fun for them. Brian, you did not qualify as at the youth meet or in any other meet.
Or
I didn't either. Don't worry. Abby, you are going to be, I believe, broadcasting from remotely. Is that correct? No.
That's what I
I think you saw cleared me for that. And frankly, they might ban me from the mic, but you know.
Yeah, we're big on worrying about you saw rules in this car, isn't that right, Abby?
Yes,
that sounded way more nefarious than I intended to. That was.
I'm uncomfortable.
Yeah, sorry. Our lawyer is here and yet not preventing me from saying any of the stupid shit I planned on saying. Chris,
Yes.
hi.
Hello.
Are you going to be at nationals?
Yeah, I'll be at nationals.
Are you gonna do that thing where you win nationals again?
I'll try my best.
He's gonna
That's
try
all
his best.
focus.
He's gonna try his best. Oh my god! All right, well, whatever happens there is gonna happen. But it will be a time. A time will be had. A time will be had. All right. We'll talk more about nationals as we get closer. Perhaps we'll have a lifter competing at nationals on the show, and maybe that'll be one more show where one of us is in our car. Who's to say? Let's talk about WSO championships. We got Brian in the car. Brian, speaking of cars, did I hear you correctly in our last meeting that the best overall male and female lifter for WSO championships is going to get a free car? Is that
Yeah, I'm so excited that Steve Yonda has donated 2 free cars.
Steve
The
Yonda with
best
the Honda.
lifters.
Yes.
Yonda
Yes.
with the Honda.
For anyone who doesn't know, I drive a 2008 Honda Civic, and if anyone would like to take that off my hands, I will gladly give it to the best overall male and female that they can fight for it. I don't know. Sure, yeah, I'll give my car away to the best overall lifter. I don't know that you're going to want it, but have at it. Brian, what other promises would you like for us to make on your behalf about WSO Championships?
I've heard about a dunk tank. Is the dunk tank
Oh,
coming
No.
back? I just heard about it. I don't know.
I feel
can't
like the
confirm.
people would love that.
I think that people would love that.
Abby,
Chris?
are you opposed to a dunk tank?
I'm very opposed to it.
Why are you? You don't have
Because-
to be one of the dunkies.
Counterpoints.
The dunk
If
get,
Steve can just
The
win one
Dunkette.
bet.
Dunkette. Sorry, Dunkette. Yeah.
Wait,
yeah, just like
Steve,
alumni and everything.
I was just
Steve.
about to ask, is it alumni or alumnus? And will I become a dunk tank alumnus?
Well, there is. We've never done the dunk tank. This is the inaugural Dunkaroo. So we don't have any alum anything. I'm in favor of the dunk tank. I'm happy to be one of the people who gets dunked. That sounds like a good time.
I think Jake might actually show up if you were getting dunked.
Sure. I'm happy to. I'm not gonna say that out loud. Never mind. Oh God! In all seriousness, how are you going to guarantee that people will have even more fun at this year's WSO Championships than last year? We've already sold out, Brian. So you gotta the people are expecting something.
We've sold out.
You can't just repeat what I said.
That's all I got. I have no original thoughts. We're gonna have a bigger vendor village than last year, I think. Let me not promise sponsors that haven't fully committed yet, but we are gonna have some sponsors. We're gonna have cool prize packages as always. What else did we decide we were gonna do? Go ahead, Abby. You got some music?
What?
Are we doing some music? Maybe?
She said merch, but we'll talk about music too.
Oh.
Yeah, well, we talked about doing walkout songs this year. We're not totally sure how we're gonna make that happen, but I have being that I'm gonna be on the mic again. Surprise, surprise. I have committed to trying to find a way that we can do walkout songs so the lifters can actually pick what they want playing when they're on the platform, because that would just be a lot more fun. And also, Steve allowed me to do that last year for myself, and so might as well let everyone else have a go.
Wow, favoritism.
Yeah, we're.
Yeah, well, I mean,
anti-corruption this year, apparently, at the WSO championships. We're trying it out. We'll see what happens. And speaking of merch, do we want to? Look, we'll put this up to the people. How would you guys feel about some soft elbows merch? I've got no.
What? No, I don't
Only if
think.
it's straps, then you have to clean with them.
Oh my god.
Are we not? We don't want to ask the people what they think about soft elbows merch.
No, we do.
Oh, we do. Yeah, I care about you. Don't listen to her. She's
Oh, okay.
wait. Did
Well,
you?
are we actually asking live right now, or?
Yes, we're expecting answers.
Abby,
While we're in the car.
I don't know how to tell you. I don't know how to break this to you. They can't hear us right now. They're going to hear us later. So we're not going to get.
God damn it.
We're gonna. She'll put.
So we'll go ahead and take your calls.
She'll put a poll out. It's fine, guys. Just we're likely gonna have some soft elbows merch.
Yeah, we'll probably
Yeah.
have some soft.
If any of you have ideas, we're open to them. I came up with some, and I came up with one.
Oh yeah, you did.
I came up with one like months ago.
Some maybe not, but one yes.
What is it?
So my idea is to create a Last Supper soft elbows version shirt where Jake Rowell, if anyone knows Jake Rowell, Abby will post a picture of him so you guys get this.
Stop committing me to things that I haven't agreed to.
Abby, will you post a picture of Jake Rowell?
Yes, I will.
Okay, thank you so much. Yeah, no, happy to be. Anyway, so obviously Jake Rowell will be in the center. We're not saying look at me. We're just putting him in the center of the photo. We're not saying anything about the analogy that some people may or may not draw given the context that we are creating voluntarily.
How is
But
that legal? Did we do a good job?
I feel like I nailed that one. I nailed that. Anyway, Jake Rowell's going to be at the center.
Jesus.
Wow. He's gonna be in the center of the table. We're gonna have wherever Judas was positioned. We're gonna have Chris in that spot. And Big Jake will be in it. We'll have some soft elbows
Oh my god.
alums.
Sure.
Alums. Some soft elbow guest alums will fill out the rest of the table. I think that's a funny shirt idea, but I've been wrong about my ability to be humorous before. Anyway, I'm just trying to get the ball rolling. If anybody else has ideas, let us have it. So maybe we'll have that out in time so people can start wearing that to WSO championships. Any other WSO championships news?
I don't think we have any news at this point.
Yeah.
There is a wait list, so if you go into bars and you missed out on a spot, it's not like I wasn't telling you guys that it wasn't supposed to sell out or anything. But if you missed your chance, the wait list is open in bars. You will pay a registration fee.
I don't know if you will because somebody else signed up and they haven't paid yet.
Okay,
So it's possible you don't.
In the event
Listen, whoever paid their registration fee to Abby to get on the wait list, let us know. We'll get you your money back. We're anti-corruption this year, Abby. Knock it off.
This year?
Just this year, we're trying it out. We're gonna see how we feel about it, and then we'll circle back next year. Anyway, keep going. There's a wait list.
My point being was, if you pay any sort of registration fee and you do not make it off of the wait list, then you will get your money back. So fear not.
Fear not. Chris, do you have any WSO championship news that you'd like to share?
No, I'm signed up. I'm looking forward to it. It's gonna be fun.
He's signed up and he's looking forward to it. All right. Let's talk about LiftPD.
Should we talk about poll?
What was the poll question?
I don't know. We did a bunch of polls.
You run the poll. What do you mean you don't know what the poll question was?
I got very upset about the one that we did a couple weeks ago, where it was like, all right, let me paint the scene. You've got a heavy squat, you grind it out, and then what do you do with the barbell after you've completed the rep? And the options were, I rack the bar, I dump it off my back, I dump it in front of me, or I did not complete the lift. And I would like to shout out one person who was, honest and saw the humor in that fourth response that I did not make the rep. One of the DC Barbell Abbies, Abby Winkler, shout out to her. I thought that was hilarious. She was the only person who selected that response. And I ugly laughed when I saw the results of the poll. So anyway, shout out to Abby. But anyway, that I got a lot of responses, and I think we hit 100 again on people that responded to the poll, and then it was just a billion people that had did the follow up. And so I'm curious to hear what you guys think about that poll and what you would do.
Chris, go ahead. Tell us what you think,
I
boss.
have lots of hot takes. The first is that dumping the back squat first is actually the safest option, because if you re-rack it, unloading from the rack is one slower, because you have to pay attention to the sides that you are unracking, and you can't parallelize it as easy. If you dump it, it's much easier to immediately rack it. You can have multiple people take the plates off. You can have other people take the racks away as well at the same time. So it's actually quicker to put away if you dump it. Second, it's safer because when you're unloading from the rack, there's always a chance for tipping. Third, Steve was really encouraging me that he thinks it's cooler if you dump it in front. So I guess take that for what you want. And I think the most dangerous thing, though, is if you do a strict press and then you dump that behind, because that seems foolish.
Listen, first of all, I was going to call myself out. Way to steal my thunder.
That's
Secondly,
all I do, Steve.
secondly, I will not be slandered in Brian's own car. I'll be slandered in my own car. I will not be slandered in Brian's car. Just to recap Chris's position, Chris wants to dump it so that other people will help him
That was
unload
my
his
take
bar.
too. He has a
He's
whole
just
army.
a lazy piece of shit who doesn't want to unload his own bar, so he's going to like get sympathy from people who are like, oh, like
I'm a national champion. Everybody else needs to clean it up.
but yes, I did. So I am anti-dumping the bar. I think it's kind of a douchebag move. You hear that? Front or behind, Christopher?
I didn't hear that.
Yeah, okay. But the funny part was, so and Chris has known this. This has been my position for a long time. And then one night last week we were training together, and I finished a set of strict press, and I have no idea what possessed me to do this, but I finished my last rep of strict press, and while it's overhead, I just like let it go behind me. I don't know why. As soon as I did it, I felt like an enormous tool. I will never live it down. Troy and Victoria Freeze were training with us, and I am confident that whatever minimal amount of respect Victoria Freeze had for me at one point has now, like, I'm in the negative. I don't know that I'll ever get out, but Vic, I'm so sorry. I won't ever do it again. And I still stand by my position. It's a douchebag move. You should just rack it like an adult.
I've
And
never tried, Steve.
what's that?
Can you do it?
Can I let go of the bar? Yes. I have proven a lot. A lot of times I've proven I can just let go of the bar. Yeah. Have I done what? I'm sorry.
Can you dump a back squat in front?
In front?
Yeah. I feel like you gotta try it before you knock it.
I don't, but I'm happy to try it and confirm my belief that I'll just feel stupid. And then, since this is apparently what you do, I'm gonna dump it in front, and then I'm gonna make you unload the bar. Cause,
Yeah. You call out the group.
Perfect. Sure. Yeah. No, I'll get back to everybody. Brian.
It's pretty fire when Chris dumps it in front. I gotta be honest. Take that for what it's worth. Maybe I'm the douchebag. You gotta.
Let's go!
Let's go!
Yeah, we get it. Chris is cool and stuff. Whatever. That's your position? Chris does it, so it's got to be cool.
Yes.
All right.
I don't love where I ended on that. don't love where I am right now.
Abby,
What?
what are your thoughts? Are you paying attention to the conversation? What are your thoughts?
We're recording. You know that, Abby, right?
Yeah. Be quiet. I'm gonna be honest. So I'm incredibly accident prone. So I have never wanted to try to dump a squat in front of me because I know I will hurt myself. Like I literally bonked my skull with an empty barbell yesterday. And
Didn't you hit your head getting out of the door today? In the car?
Yeah.
Tough.
Sorry, the camera's all the way up here. You got to speak up. You did what now? You were.
I hit my head getting out of the car. Okay.
Wow, getting out of the car. That's.
Yeah. All right. This
Yeah,
is it's a regular
tough to
occurrence.
do.
Leave me alone.
You got to kind of
This time
want
of
it.
life. Can you stop?
Sure,
calling
sorry.
me out. Anyway, all of that to say, I have never attempted to throw a squat over my head, nor should I.
Nor should anyone.
Lest anybody want to take me to the ER.
I'll do
And
it.
Oh yeah, I'm always down
Yeah,
for a video.
do it.
Those are always entertaining.
No, and I don't know. I've never been one to like dump it off of my back. Like I just, for some reason, like my brain just says walk forward.
Yeah, because it is the easiest and most sensible option. Sure. Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, it's easier to unload. But I will say I have missed the rack multiple times.
That's true.
Doing it that way.
That's dangerous. Yeah.
All right. Do we have a second poll question last week? Do we have any other
We do.
topics we want to
I'm
discuss?
gonna be honest, guys. Sometimes I will do the polls and then I it might take the next day after I post the results, and then it's just gone from my mind. I only have so much space up here, and so I'm constantly having to manage the storage in my brain, and sometimes the polls just get erased because they're done. They happened and they were fun, and then they're gone. What did we
Just like the internet, as soon as you let it go, it's over and it's done forever.
It's gone. Do you guys remember what I did this week? It wasn't nearly as fun. I'm serious.
Oh, I don't remember what you did this week.
What did you do?
Whatever you did, we're very proud of you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
you tried your best.
I did. I always do. Just like with my memes.
Oh, all right. So let's, since Abby's,
I'm gonna punt. Let's
Yeah,
just say
that's
that I
fine.
didn't go poll this week.
all right. Let's talk about LiftPD. Because speaking of memes, there was yeah, I don't know how you guys spent your Saturday night, but I can tell you how this guy and this guy spent their Saturday night, which was creating, trying to one up one another.
That was after we watched Rush Hour 2.
Oh, he's not kidding.
So
Super chick.
while sitting on the couch next to one another, Chris and Brian were independently creating memes about the other.
No, that was later. I was in bed. It was cozy.
I was also in this.
Maybe I was in a salt bed.
You guys were in. Oh boy, this is the end. So the goal was to see which one of you could donate the most money for LiftPD. For anybody who doesn't know,
Well, specifically unique donor count. Brian had like $1,000 more than me in the total amount.
okay, so you guys were trying to win whatever prize was available for the most unique donors.
There was no. I mean,
there was never.
There was no. You guys were just trying to win.
we were protecting my fragile ego.
Sure.
But it was for
You have an
cause.
eagle? When did you get an eagle?
American.
Oh, sure. Everyone has an eagle. All right. So, which one of you ended up with the most unique donor?
We don't need to.
Obviously,
We don't need to get into it, Steve.
we can put a poll. People can guess.
Yeah. But it was, as Chris noted on the way down, all for a good cause. LiftPD is an organization run out of Richmond. They create essentially training programs and a training environment for people with Parkinson's. And this event, which was, for anyone who wasn't aware, LiftPD hosted an event today in Richmond. That's where we're driving back from. It was held.
Abby, how long has that burger been out?
Oh
you
my
think?
God. We'll talk about what Abby's doing later. But it is a great organization, and the event today was a max clean. So you sign up for. Hi, Chris. Did you?
Sorry, I was looking at.
No. I want to make sure you're. No, they want to see you. They don't want to see me.
Yeah. You know.
The event
Did you
was.
see the sick shirt we got there? This is a really nice shirt.
That is a
I'm
nice.
glad you still have your clothes on.
Yeah. Once the minute that camera's off.
Yeah, wasn't sure where this was going.
The event was a max. I'm trying to pump this event up, you heathens. This was. This was a 1 rep max.
We're on a podcast, and
So-
Abby's just stuffing her pin. You want to talk now?
So each lifter who entered got 3 attempts to hit a clean, and also, if as I proved 2 years ago when I did this the first time, if you need more than 3 attempts, they'll let you make 7, 8, 22 pathetic attempts at missing the same number until you're satisfied that you're actually, in fact, not going to make it. But many people today did very, very well. A lot of big numbers. We'll talk about a couple of them in a second. But we'll start with the people in this car. Brian, how did it go today?
I had a great time.
Can you expand on that even a little bit?
Nope, that's it. No,
Don't buy this guy on a motorcycle's vest.
Cover one. Wait, you gotta put on the cover. Oh, we don't have licensing rights.
Yeah,
Well, there's the front of his motorcycle, so that's the part we're not going to get in trouble for.
No, it was awesome. Dim lights, loud
lights.
spotlights.
Yeah.
Right, loud music. The lifts themselves were fun.
Talk us through your attempts.
I'm
Talk us through your
getting
attempts.
there. I'm getting there.
He's nervous.
I'm nervous. I'm reliving it. I'm panicking again.
Yeah.
No, honestly, warm-ups felt really good. I had a really awesome loader and counter in Abby, and she ran it like a well-oiled machine. I warmed up, where did I go? 110, 115, 120, 125. I went out at 128. And that was super easy, and I was kind of mad, and I should have gone out at 130 was my thought. But then the second attempt came around, and that was less easy. I went 132 on the second attempt. That was a PR effort. Unlike a normal weightlifting meet, you get to take as many attempts as you want during your minute. So I took one at the top of the minute and was nowhere near successful. And so I stood on there like an idiot for 45 seconds. And then I took a second attempt and was still not successful. But it was stronger. It felt good. Kind of wanted to go up. I did not. And then I had to follow myself for my third attempt. I stayed at 132. And that felt really strong. So end of the day at 132, a 1 kilo PR, super pumped up, ton of fun.
Ton of fun for Brian. Abby, we're gonna go around the car. How was your experience today?
I had a lot of FOMO today, and it made me miss lifting heavy so bad. But it was really fun to see 2 of my 3 friends PR today.
Guys, she doesn't know I didn't PR, but that's okay.
I didn't PR either.
Yeah.
I did.
So who was your other friend?
Was 35 not a PR for you, or 40 not a PR for you, Steve?
No.
Oh.
What is your top?
Well, we'll get to Steve.
Yeah, we'll get to me. Talk about your other friend who PR'd. Apparently he's not in the car.
Well, no,
Is she?
actually, I'm pretty sure Eva PR'd.
All right, Eva
So
PR'd.
2 out of 3. So which one of these are not your friends is my question.
I'm gonna let the people guess.
Okay. Well, Brian PR'd. I guess it's just you and me, Chris. Sorry. All right, keep going, Abby. Tell us about your real friends.
Oh yeah, so the women's session, we got there for the second session to begin, which was the ladies. There were a lot of really strong gals from Richmond who went out, a lot of really good energy. There was a girl who lifted in sunglasses, and I was like, yeah, she's my people. I love that. And it seemed like she hit a PR. Her attempts were really strong. I don't remember her name, and I'm so sorry. So lady lifting in sunglasses, if you want to shout yourself out, let me know that was you. Great job. A lot of my friends from East Coast Gold did really well. Hayden Menser did a 102 clean, which was amazing. Alexis Stanchek PR'd. She hit 106. Stephanie Ross, I think, tied her PR at 110, which hers was really impressive because she went out and opened at 100, dumped the first one, took 30 seconds, made it, and then came out for 105. It was even easier than 100, and then came out for 110, double bounced it up, and it was absolutely incredible.
Big fan of double bouncing. Go ahead.
Big fan. Emma Huffman did 112, which not her PR, but man, it was a really strong attempt after kind of having to grind out her opener. And knowing her, she's not happy, but like, man, it was so much fun watching her lift. It always is. And then Keisha White brought down the freaking house. She ended the day with a 120 kilo clean. She signed up for WSO championships and just signed up for her first nationals, I think. And so, you know, she's one of those lifters that I think she was newer onto the weightlifting scene last year. And it's really cool getting to see her be so successful right away. And so I can't wait to see her progress as a lifter. I've yapped enough. It's Chris's turn.
Okay. Chris, how'd it go?
Went really well. First of all, Abby, great memory. You recited all those lifts super well for all those people.
Matt's agree.
Okay.
That's
I have a math degree
that's
too.
not that's. Oh my God.
Thanks LiftPD for a great meet, and thanks Abby for warming us all up and loading for us. That was a huge help. So everyone doesn't know, this event was at a distillery. So it's kind of cool. You walk in and there's like all the vats and pipes and everything of a distillery all around. And you know, you could, I guess, order stuff. But we go in, the back room is a little dark, but Steve and I are used to that because we did the ladder challenge in pitch black.
Oh.
Yeah,
It's like,
That's why we're used to
Where
that.
are we going with that?
and this is super fun. I warmed up 60, 80, 100, 110, 120, 125, 130, 135. Then I took 140 on the platform, was getting super amped. It was super fun. I then took 146 on the platform. I made my first attempt at 140. I made 146, and then I almost made 52. 52 would have been a PR. I was really happy with it. I got after it very aggressively, got a strong rack on it, just didn't stand it up. But it was super fun. I, didn't peak or anything for this. But yeah, it was a great time. Thanks again for LiftPD. We raised a lot of money, and I think it was a lot of fun.
Just for frame of reference, Chris, I know you're not at like the weight you're going to compete at nationals, but like, what are you walking around at right now?
I don't know, maybe 64 kilos.
64 kilos, and came within a couple of inches of cleaning 152. Did clean 146, which is impressive. Are we're going to agree that that's decidedly impressive?
Yep.
Okay.
And then when I walked in, I got a picture of Kane Wilkes. Well, with Kane Wilkes. I didn't just like. So that was nice.
From across the room, Chris is like, "Do you think he noticed?"
Chris talked a big game about wanting to fight Kane Wilkes the entire way down. So Kane, if you're watching, just come up and fight Chris anytime you want. That'd be really funny.
So Kane, if you're watching, thank you so much. I don't know why, but cool. Chris mentioned. Chris brought up a good point. This event was at a distillery. Let's go around the car. What's everyone's BAC right now, Abby?
You know what? I didn't have a single drink today, even though I said I was going to have an espresso martini and be everybody's problem. So good for me for not doing that.
Brian, actually, you're driving. Don't answer that question.
My lawyer has advised.
Sure, of course. Chris?
I think BAC stands for Badass Christopher, so I'm at 100%.
Jesus.
Oh, Chris.
All right. Well, we're moving on.
I must have so many friends.
For anyone who's listened to me talk about my experience at this event 2 years ago,
If you ever look like in YouTube videos, you can see when they're listening. If you speak, is it like it just goes down?
It immediately goes down. This is just for the sake of posterity.
Yeah.
And my mom, sure. I did this event 2 years ago and opened at 135, and then to everyone's delight /
2 years ago, you did 135?
Yeah.
Okay.
And you're still in the same spot you were 2 years ago. Yeah, no, I got the point, Chris.
No, I didn't. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's fine. So 2 years ago, I did 135 as an opener.
This was
And
some
then-
burger sauce. Can you see it in the
my-
video that Abby got in her? Yeah.
Oh my God.
If that's on my car, I swear, Abby.
It's not on your car because it's on my Eras Tour hoodie.
Oh, good sacrifice. Worth it.
Anyway, as Chris pointed out, no one wants to hear about my bullshit. I opened at 135 this year, and I made 140 this year, which is, despite what someone might tell you, not my PR. But it is very close, and I was very happy with it because I rather pathetically tried 140, I think, like 7 times 2 years ago, and just like couldn't stand it up. So I did it this year, and then I attempted 143, and I wrote down on the card, because they treated it like a weightlifting event where you had cards in the back and stuff, and I wrote down on the card 143 LOL, and I got a chuckle from the person running the back. So that's
3 have been a PR.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
So 42 is your PR.
No, 41 is my PR.
Nice. But you
Why
wanted the
did
3
you-
plates.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, Jake Rowell from RBA Weightlifting doesn't run LiftPD, but he ran this event, and he's a big role in LiftPD. And it was an awesome. The number of people that competed this year was way above what I remember there being 2 years ago. To the point where I told Jake, and I mean this, he needs a bigger venue. It's an awesome venue. It's really cool to do this in the back of a distillery. But there were so many people, which is awesome for this event, awesome for LiftPD. So
it needs to be bigger for the audience or for the warm up or what?
I think for everybody. I think he's outgrown that space, which is really cool to have done in a 3-year span.
I didn't mind the warm up area.
Yeah.
Us 3 all shared one platform, but it's just clean. So.
And there was one platform that went unused.
Oh, okay.
Right, the one-
Yeah.
And I don't think anyone was really on top of one another in the back end. Even for the women's session too, and there were at least 20 women in that session. It was not that bad back there. And I'm somebody that's super, super weird about feeling crowded. And if I don't feel crowded, then, I'd say it's sufficient.
The main
So
thing.
Jake, don't listen to Steve. You ran a great event.
The main thing informing my opinion was the number of people who were standing and having a hard time seeing, which, by the way, I don't know if any of you guys remembered, included us when we got there. We could not see because we were behind the other 7 rows of standing room only people and had to like maneuver our way through, which thankfully we're all tiny humans and we could do that. No one noticed. But
They're like, hey, that child's moving on. No, but that's why I asked if you meant warm up or audience, because I agree. Audience area was cramped, and it was hard to watch.
anyway, other lifters who competed in the... Oh, actually, no, I'm not done. I have a bone to pick with you, Christopher.
Yes.
Last night, before him and Brian did their meme off, or whatever they're calling it, Chris said to me, "Hey, do you want to wear singlets at the event tomorrow?" And I said, "I mean, I will if you will." And he said, "Yeah, let's do it." And so one of us ended up wearing a singlet today, and the other one wore pants like everybody else.
I had my singlet on.
You did have pants.
You wore pants? Listen, only one of us walked out there like a dweeb, like this was an actual lifting competition. Yeah, no, and I got really offended when Big Jake stuffed me in a locker after I was done lifting. Thank you guys
I
for...
got 2 Spurleys afterwards, so.
And what was your excuse? I at least was dressed like a weightlifter. Why did he do it to you?
Oh, I'm just a loser.
Anyway, Chris was a jerk, and I just wanted everyone to know that.
I
So
would have took my pants off and dressed.
That'll, yeah.
yeah,
You gotta ask.
uh,
He's always willing, but you two gotta ask.
I don't know what you like. You know, I thought the top was enough.
By now, I feel like you should know.
Yeah, but it changes.
Okay, that's fair.
We never did a clean competition together.
That's true. Okay, yeah.
Maybe you wanted something different.
there were other male lifters there who did quite well.
Yeah, you talking about the guy wearing the shark onesie?
Tyler Christ, yes.
Yeah, that was insane.
So this dude, what did he ended up lifting 90?
75.
Oh, 175.
Yeah.
I was gonna give you more credit than that.
He went 170, made 175 with Baby Shark doo playing in the background, and then he went for 180 with once again Baby Shark playing in the background. He didn't complete 180, but I heard him say in the back, he's like, "Yeah, well, 75 was a PR anyway." So guy went out in a shark one.
Wait, what's this impersonation?
Oh, I can't read it
Oh,
now.
okay. It was in the moment.
Anyway, all of that to say, 75 is a PR for him, and so like 80 would have just been extra credit. But props to that man for cleaning 3 slabs of beef in a shark onesie.
And one of us attempted to get to know this man, not just like throwing fucking sidearm shuffles at him. I don't know what a sidearm shuffle is. It just came out of my mouth. Guys, I tried real hard to like think of something witty and it didn't happen. Anyway,
Okay.
I was talking to this dude and he told me that he's never done a weightlifting meet. And this is only his first like weightlifting adjacent meet. The first one he did was this event a year ago. So like this guy just like casually walks around with the ability to clean 175, which is super impressive.
What
And
you're saying is this is a new person that I need to peer pressure into doing a weightlifting competition because Hannah has already done a weightlifting competition and I needed somebody to fill that void.
Yes.
whatever makes you feel whole.
That's what I heard.
Whatever fills that dark void inside your soul. Sure. Anyway, it was super impressive for this guy to do. It was great. Caleb Goodman, one of my most favorite lifters in the DMV area. I said one of. My most favorite thing about Caleb is he is one of the most humble, like insanely talented athletes that I've ever actually met. He's just a genuinely good dude. But my second favorite thing about Caleb is if you saw Caleb walking down the street, you would just be like, oh, this is an average looking dude. And I don't mean that like
You don't find him attractive.
it's not. I just mean you wouldn't see him walking down the street and be like, oh, that guy lifts a lot of weight. And I think it makes it even impressive when, at the end, he was, alternating lifts with Kane Wilkes and Jake Herbert. And, of those 3 people, if you stood them next to one another, you'd be like, oh, these 2 should be lifting together. And Caleb probably isn't on their level, but he is. He just, he opened at 182.
Yes.
Which is 400 pounds, and then went to 195,
Yeah,
and then went
13 kilos.
and then went to 200, I believe.
Did he
Like,
make 200?
No, he did not. He racked it and it was very close, but no 200 today.
Steve, you know more about Caleb? I don't know if I've ever met him, but yeah, his lifts are fantastic. Like
He's-
does he compete?
oh yeah, he's competed for years. I believe he's won AO finals twice.
Nice.
He was on the Rogue stage at the Arnold
Yeah.
a few years ago. It might have been 2022 that he was, or was yeah, because I watched him on the Rogue stage. So 2022, he was on the Rogue stage. I think he's lifted for Team USA a couple times. And if I remember correctly, Jake, when we had Jake on the show, Jake was talking about him and how he, kind of weightlifting wasn't so much of a priority to him for a bit, but now he's like starting to compete again, and trying to get him back to that same high level. So, nice to see him doing that.
Yeah,
on that road.
The caliber of lifters at this event is actually incredibly high.
Thank you. That's all. I appreciate it, Chris.
All right. Big Jake also competed at LiftPD's clean off and lifted a ton of weight. Jake's for as much shit as we give him, and he deserves every bit of it and more. He is a very talented lifter. And the big guest. I don't know. He wasn't a guest appearance. He signed up like a long time ago. But Kane Wilkes was there. For anyone who isn't familiar with Kane Wilkes, has been on many USA international teams. Has won nationals. I don't know how many times. A lot. He's a very talented, super heavy. And his his opener was at
He's an
190.
Olympian.
Yeah.
You got to go for
Sorry,
that.
he's an. I thought when I said he's an Olympian. So there's that. Chris,
Yes.
go ahead.
So also shout out that there were 3 sessions at this.
Oh, hold on. I'm not done with Kane. My favorite part of
You
Kane's.
got a lot to say about Kane.
I do. Like he did great. He made his opener at 195, and then when he stood up 195 because he's not used to just being in clean competitions,
I thought he was going to do it.
he adjusted his arms as if he was going to jerk it, and he had not done any warm-ups in the back for jerks, but he came off the platform and he was like, that's what I do on the platform when I clean things, I the jerk it. There were like people in the crowd be like, whoa, because like that would have been anyway, I'm sure he could have done it, but like the risk there was a little higher than maybe Jake Rawl would have liked at a meet that was otherwise like a very good time. Yeah, it was for a good cause. Yes. Anyway, he then attempted weights higher than that and just like 205. Yeah, was the final one. Yeah, which is just crazy. Anyway, Chris, go ahead. What do you got?
Also shout out. So there's 3 sessions here. There was one session that started at 1 o'clock, and then another 2:30, and then one at 4 o'clock. So there are probably fantastic ones and all those. I know Zach Kersner, who trains at CHFP in the DMV. He PR'd his clean. He hit 112,
Yep.
I believe. So that was excellent. And yeah, I think there are probably lots of excellent, lifts in some of these other sessions as well. I don't know if there are any female Olympians.
No.
Like with their national champion.
Only one Olympian, Jake. Come on, guy.
Well,
we need.
yeah.
What are you doing here?
Keisha White, who I shouted out earlier. I know she just won Masters, and she, will more than likely, I think, put up a really good fight at senior nationals in a few weeks. So she was a national champion. Emma medaled at AO finals actually. Emma swept the board at AO finals, and I think everyone else. I don't think there were any other medalists that I'm forgetting, but please forgive me if I am. But definitely going to medal in the future, I think. Anyway, get the camera off me. Thank you.
Okay. Anybody else in the car? Any other thoughts on LiftPD, the event, the cause?
Okay.
Sure.
Lighting was interesting. I feel like in the videos it's just very blue.
Very, very.
So like Steve and I did the ladder lifting challenge, and then when you're on the platform, they turned off the lights and had studio lighting. I think that lighting was fantastic. This one,
Only one of us got to experience that. The other one.
you watched me, Steve.
Sure. Yeah. No. I got to.
You're like, yes.
That does look cool. Wish I was.
Let's do it next year.
I wish I was a big, strong boy.
But yeah, but it was fun. It was good.
Wait, did you have thoughts on the lighting? You said it looked blue, but how did it feel when you're out there? Did you feel blue?
No, but
What color did you feel like today?
I I was red. I was fire red.
Okay. I'm glad I. Never mind. Okay. Brian, if you had to score this experience from 1 to 10, what would you give it?
Probably an 8.
An
I wish I
8?
didn't have to share with Steve and Chris that
Sure.
platform, but other than that, everything else was 10 out of 10.
Okay.
Would recommend.
Okay. Abby?
Well, mine is biased because I didn't get to lift.
You can still rate the event like you were still there.
Yeah.
Okay, an 8.5 out of 10. To Chris's point, the lighting. I have, my eyes and stuff, and so
You do have eyes. That's a good point. It's a
I
valid
would
point.
have liked a little bit more light. And then another point was deducted because when I went to take Chris, Brian, and Steve's picture at the end to be like, oh, look at the bros, they all competed, cute. They wouldn't smile at the camera at the same time, and it made me very uncomfortable.
Okay, so just to recap, the one with the math degree rated it an 8.5 and then took 1 point off for the lighting and
I did
1
not
point
say
off.
that I took a point
1
off.
point off for the photographs, which Brian makes that a
8.5.
Oh, that does.
tracks.
Okay, that does add up.
That
Okay,
tracks.
sorry. So,
Yeah.
yikes. Guys, what else do we want to talk about?
I forgot to put on thumb tape.
You forgot. Oh,
I looked-
are your thumbs okay?
They're gonna be all right, I think.
Okay.
But I just have to assume that would have gotten
Wait,
bigger
so
PRs.
Did you not do that the entire time, or was there a point where you realized that you didn't put on thumb tape?
Didn't realize it until I was like taking my belt off at the end, and I was like, "Huh, this is where I normally take off the thumb
What I'm
tape."
saying is, you probably would have made 132 on the first attempt
Yep.
had you been wearing thumb tape.
Yep. But my
Or-
counter did not call me out on like, "Hey, you got."
Or what you're saying is that you don't actually need the thumb tape to make
That
this
can't be right.
at all. It's just a figment of your imagination.
You know
No,
what?
that's
Let's stay on this topic. Steve, are you a thumb taper?
No.
Chris?
No thumb tape?
Oh, I'm a big thumb taper. I tape after every lift sometimes. It's a little paranoia.
What brand of tape do you use?
I always get the same one. It's a Torquey, cold, warm body.
Oh, Terrorize.
Yeah, Terrorize.
well, yeah.
Well,
I have 2 cases of that at home. I have a lot. It's like the one thing I lie myself to be like, I'm just gonna tape up wherever much I need and just use it a lot. Abby, how do you like that cheer wine? Have you had it before?
No, actually,
What a great segue.
Yeah,
Yeah,
pretty nice, right?
it was really nice.
if you had to rate it from 1 to 10, what would you rate it?
6.9.
Okay.
It's not that
Nice.
No, it's pretty nice. Thank you, Brian.
Why would you? What points does it lose?
Well, so for me,
Explain
also
yourself.
It's supposed to be cold.
it is supposed to be cold, but to no fault of your own, because we were in a car for a very long time, and then we were in an event for a very long time. So like there was realistically no way for you to have kept it cold for me this whole time. So that's not your fault. But for me personally, everyone knows that I do enjoy a nice orange rain. And the reason I enjoy a nice orange rain is because I really like citrusy, like orange flavored things. So like if I were to drink soda, if I had a choice to drink soda, I'm gonna drink an orange soda. And this is just not an orange soda, and that's okay. But an orange soda is a 10 out of 10.
So thumb tape then.
Thumb tape.
Wait, I don't understand why that lost points.
Because it's not an orange soda.
But that's not fair.
But this is my scale.
So, well, like, the
Take it-
meat wasn't
take it
an
back,
orange
Abby.
soda. Like, my clean wasn't an orange soda, and you weren't like, yeah, it was a 6 out of 10.
Actually, we didn't rate that. Hold on, we didn't rate it yet. What did you think of Chris's clean?
Yeah, what do you think of each of our cleans? I want to know if you're like,
Oh, this is good. Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
like this.
Oh fuck, T. I plead the fifth.
This isn't.
Doesn't work in
That's
here.
not how this. This is not a court of law.
All right, well, I guess this could be entered into evidence eventually when my corpse floats up to the top of the
Abby,
James River.
I love that you think that any of the three of us give a single shit how you rate our cleans. Go for it. Be honest.
Come on, Abby.
I want to know how you felt about our energy, how the warm-ups went for us. Like,
Yeah, when we were
watching.
warming up in the back, did you see one of us warming up and you were just like, "Oh, this is not going to
were
go
you like,
well."
oh, he looks nervous, or he's a little shaky.
Or alternatively, we're going to give you all the options. Alternatively, did you see us warming up and then when we got out onto the platform, you're like, "Oh, what a wasted opportunity. He looked way better in the back."
You want to know it all.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Also, Abby got me these little socks with a dachshund on them, and I'm wearing them. You probably really can't see.
I do have matching hot dog socks to the hot dog socks that
But
Chris
she
is wearing.
doesn't eat hot dogs.
That is correct. I do not eat hot dogs, and Delta was very happy to hear that. What was the question again?
How?
Our cleans. Great our
Yeah.
cleans.
How would you rate our cleans?
Okay, well, I'll just go one by one. All right.
That's what we were asking.
Actually, you know what? Let me rewind. How about I just give you guys? Yeah, thank you. How about I just give you the play-by-play of the entire event from my eyes?
Starting with the car ride. There.
This is literally what we're asking for. Like, yeah. How about I do exactly what you asked?
That'll tell.
All right.
Hey, Steve, do you want to hear the story from my eyes, or do you want to just keep making fun of me?
Both.
All right.
Sorry.
Anyway, so the car ride there was a little stop and go, a little bit too stop and go for me, but that to no fault of the gentleman in the car.
Oh.
What?
There wasn't actually any traffic. I just have a hard time driving.
Why is that, Brian?
No reason.
Okay. All right.
Oh, don't make me say
people,
it.
some people are born with the skill, some people are not.
Okay, Abby, keep going, please. Quick. Move on, quick, Abby.
Anyway, the car ride there was pretty chaotic. I think we were giggling at each other the whole time, which was just a lot of fun.
Abby, what book were you reading on the way down?
So I was reading I'm rereading my favorite series in the entire world, which is Throne of Glass. And I'm on the second book, which is called Crown of Midnight, and it's an incredible series.
Rate our cleans.
No, she'll get there. She'll get there.
Just ask me a question. Thank you
Yeah.
very much.
How cozy were you in the back?
Oh, dude, I was like, nobody in the world was more comfortable than me. I had my Taylor Swift hoodie on, and like the hood was up.
Pre-sauce.
Huh?
Pre-sauce.
Pre-sauce, yeah. So it was clean hoodie, and I pulled the strings to tie it close, and I was just kind of knocked out a little bit. Very zen, very mindful. It was great. So I have no complaints about that. It was fun. Way more fun than driving by myself, I should say. So we get to the event, and we're all kind of giggling still, joking around, and then in the back, like, sometimes, if you've ever done a weightlifting competition, they're very fun, but you know that there is a point where it is time to stop giggling and stop horsing around and being goofy little guys, and it's time for business, right?
Goofy little guys.
GLG.
Emphasis on
No, emphasis on guys.
The emphasis was on goofy.
So, when
Where's the tilde?
what?
Nothing. No, go ahead. You're-
Okay. When it was time to stop being silly, I kind of asked them. I was like, what do you guys want? Like, how do I best support you? I'm here for you. Like, what do you need from me? And so, counting for them was, it felt like riding a bike.
Wait.
Okay.
Yeah, what did each of us say?
Each of you said, I think, count, and then, no, I think only Brian said count.
It's not true. Anyway, go ahead.
Well, I didn't hear you, but you said something. What did you say?
Yeah.
I would like to know.
Oh, all I said was count. That's all I needed you to do.
Okay, so you two said count. What did you say?
I think I said count, and then a little bit later there I said, can you get another chair for Brian?
Yeah, that is true. I
That
did
was
get
helpful.
another chair for Brian. And I think I apologize because I think I might have taken the chair that was supposed to be like there for the next athlete on deck. I did take that, so they had to get a new chair. So I apologize for that. But anyway, so I was starting to stress at one point really bad because the numbers were not entered onto the board. We had like 10 minutes until intros, and these guys are like starting to like move around with the barbell.
Brian's hyperventilating.
A little bit.
Well, I like tried to put on a brave face, but internally I was literally, yeah, exactly, because I was just like, oh my god, like, yes, there's no pressure on this event.
They're all gonna bomb.
But you know, when you're there to support, you don't want to be that jackass that like messes anything up. So
And yet, there you were.
well,
Sorry, go ahead.
that was really mean, Steve. Anyway, so when the numbers were fine, I think I started at one point like manually counting with the cards, which was really difficult because they were not in order of like different weights. Like it was like 112 was up in the corner, 115 was over here, and then 120, 170. So like I really had to, you know, the meme of the lady with all of the math stuff floating around her head. That's how I felt trying to get a count for all of them.
Luckily, you have a math degree.
I do.
I've heard
Thank you. Thank you for reminding everybody. I thought warm-ups looked really good. Everyone looked really good. It was not too difficult to kind of like change plates. They all went in the same order. There wasn't too much shuffling around. And I thought we had a really good rhythm, a really good flow. And every couple attempts, I would just say you're X amount out, you're X amount out, whatever. Everyone looked really, really good in the back, and I was really, really excited. Brian's opener looked entirely too easy, to his point. It was, you know, absolutely worked. And then,
Which is 128, 3 kilos below
yeah.
your PR. So
Right, it didn't look like it was 3 kilos below his PR. And so I was just like, on the way down, I had given him shit. I was like, why would you go for 135 when 137 is right there on your third attempt? Like, why not send it? And I was like, the way 128 looked, Brian looked like he could have cleaned 137. So I got really excited. And then 32 just looked like it got a hair up in front of him, but it had enough height. Everything looked good. And, you know, his third attempt looked about what it should have been on the second attempt. But
I'm here to disappoint. Boy, those look like he's gonna have a strong day. Watch this, Abby. Watch.
I mean, 32 is still a PR, so that's still pretty freaking strong. And, you know, anyway. Steve double bounced 120 in the back, and I was like, oh shit. I was like, well, but here's the thing about Steve, and like after seeing him lift, you know, for many, many years, Steve and I have been friends since like 2018. Every time Steve lifts, he somehow grinds out the next highest weight, no matter how the weight before looked. And so, you know, like, yeah, he had to double bounce 120, but knowing how Steve lifts, like, I knew he was still going to at least hit his opener of 135.
Steve will never make it look strong. Steve will never make it look easy. That you can be guaranteed of.
You know, but he's a fighter, so good for him.
Yeah.
Some of us don't know how to fight very well out of a heavy clean, and that's me. I am someone. But anyway, so I thought Steve's 135 opener looked like really, really good, and I knew from the previous podcast that we had talked about this, that 140 was the weight that he had missed eight times?
Somewhere between 8 and 19. It's hard to remember.
I knew 140 like meant something extra, right? Because of the last time that he was at LiftPD. And so after seeing him hit 135, I knew he was going to at least hit 140. And then after that, Steve negative self-talked himself into missing 143.
That's not what caused it. Just between us, that's not what caused it.
All I'm saying is if Abby Chambers heard your negative self-talk, she would have been very upset with you.
Yeah, but then she would have seen me lift and she would have understood. After I made 140, based on how 140 felt, and the fact that it was a borderline miracle that I made it to the top, again, they had your cards in the back, so I wrote down 143, and then next to 143 on the card, I wrote LOL, and then I went out and delivered as promised.
Yeah, I kind of wish you would have kept your card. They should have given it to you.
well, how close was 43?
Not close. I got to the bottom, and
yeah, Steve did rack it, but he bounced once and dumped it. He didn't even try to stand up.
No grit. That was out loud. Oh, I forgot.
Chris's 140 looked stupid. Like it didn't even look like there was weight on the bar. Like honest to God, I was just like, what are we doing?
Chris, did you think about opening higher than 140?
Before today, yes. I mean, so my best coming in was 51, and I've never just like maxed a clean like this. But yeah, I think this is the fourth day in a row of training. Usually I'm off on Sunday, so it didn't feel like strong enough that I would want to open above 40.
So then this kind of begs the question, since this is day 4 of training in a row, you don't usually Monday is usually not a rest day.
Correct.
Does that imply that tomorrow is going to be a rest day for you?
No, I'll train hard tomorrow.
Okay, so you will be going 5 days in a row, and then you train Tuesdays, so it'll be 6 days in a row, and then you'll rest Wednesday.
Yeah, which is a lot. But I
That
mean,
is a
today
lot.
is not too much lifting, and that's where I've been massaging myself here in the back too.
With massage gun, with massage gun.
No,
Everybody in the back, show me your hands.
No, 140 was just like absolutely stupid. Like it looked like he does it on the regular. 46, same thing. Like it looked very, very, very strong. You could tell, I think, a little bit that there was some fatigue going on, but I also knew that this was day 4 lifting in a row. So like maybe that I'm also just biased in that regard. And 52, I really, really, really thought you were gonna stand that up.
yeah.
But you know, a little
Life's full of disappointments.
The Steve Yonder memoir.
All right. Well, thank you for the recap, Abby. After we had to bully you into it, and thank you everybody for watching. That's we're gonna wrap this up for this episode of Soft Elbows. We'll be back in a couple weeks with someone talking about something.
Now I can take off my shirt.
Now you can take off your shirt. See you, everybody.